First, the numbers represented by tokens were already highly complex by the mid-4th millennium when they appear as numerical impressions with bundling relations and counting into the hundreds. At the same time, Proto-Semitic, the ancestor of Akkadian spoken in the early 4th millennium, had a word for 10,000. Bundling relations and counting to hundreds or thousands contrast sharply with numbers in emerging systems, which count to 2 and maybe 3 or 4 and no higher, and which lack grouping and any relations between numbers beyond some nascent recognition of their relative size. The other thing the number systems of Mesopotamia are known for is counting different types of objects differently. Schmidt-Besserat thought this indicated a rudimentary concept of number, one so absolutely concrete and fractured as to be incoherent. I'll have more to say about the use of multiple counting sequences later, but it will suffice to say here that such systems are neither uncommon nor particularly concrete. Quantity and commodity were conjoined in tokens and impressions, but writing represented them separately, something Schmidt-Besserat believed marked the emergence of an abstract concept of number. I agree that the representational separation was an abstraction, a kind that was as much material as behavioral as it would eventually become conceptual. That is, writing numbers separately was an important step in their eventual reconceptualization as a relational system. But reconceptualization was not immediate. Eleanor Robeson notes that the sexagesimal place value system functioned to intermediate between different metrological systems, which implies that numbers were still thought of as specified in the late 3rd millennium. Nor was separating the representation of quantity and commodity the only thing that enabled numbers to eventually be reconceived as a relational system, as we will see.